Hey guys, lunchtime body refresh. My bench press video wouldn't fucking upload yesterday. Finally got it to upload today and I'm all thrown, but I remembered this is what we have to do today. So let's do it. Hopefully you've tuned in to some of the other body refreshes I've done. If not, I would highly recommend those because those are more basic things that you can throw into your day-to-day routine. These are 5 to 10 minute, just like quick body literal refreshers. This isn't a workout or anything, just to address common issues that people have when they especially are sitting down at a desk all day. So this is my formerly dining room and I turned it into an office. So now I look all professional and stuff, more so, besides my holy shirt, which was like purchased this way and not cheap. Okay, so we're gonna hit on the shoulders today. If you did watch my bench press video, you probably didn't because I just got it to upload like an hour ago. But I talk about the scapula. And so this is a movement that I use as part of a warm-up before really all lifting, but because of the focus on the scapula. Now, when you're doing this just to refresh your body, like that's not gonna be really something that you're focused on, but we'll touch on this another time as to use this as part of a warm-up. So let's do, I think that's gonna work. Okay, so you're going to be kneeling, or excuse me, in a quadruped position to start. Eventually I'm gonna turn this way, that's gonna make sense. So I always like, damn stability ball. Did you guys get a stability ball to sit on? It's a menace, but it works great. So I like to have my toes curled under, if you can see, because that's just always good to address the lower body or the foot mobility especially, which I talked about in my lunge video. So the tendency in this position is to stick your ass out, right? That is an arched back extended. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull my navel up and in. So I'm actually kind of engaging my abs to make that happen. And then the tendency is to kind of be rounded here. So without moving my low back, I'm gonna pull my shoulder blades down my back and pull my chest through my arms. So remember that your neck is not your chest. See what happened as soon as I lifted my neck up, right? Pulled me out of that position completely. So fingers are wide, and I want you to, this is the Pilates cat stretch. I want you to exhale and think about rounding your lumbar spine, but trying to keep your upper back neutral. And then lengthen back out without arching. And then you're gonna extend your upper spine while trying to hold this neutral and down. And round and straighten and lift and lower. So that's a lot more subtle than cat-cow, or at least how I typically see cat-cow done. And then from there, let me get this out of the way, we'll use that in just a second. You're going to do more of like a cat-cow from your forearms. And this is going to help you keep your position better. So right here, try to keep your forearms parallel to each other if you can. I mean, I literally can't really arch my back here. So that makes it a lot easier. And then you're just gonna lift your upper back up to the ceiling. So I'm thinking about protracting my shoulders or pulling my shoulder blades apart. And then I'm thinking about depressing my shoulder blades, pulling them down my back. So protract with some elevation, depression with minimal retraction. Up and down. I don't know what Lola's up to, but she's having a great time. So the series I'm going to show you, book openers, or thread the needle. I'm going to show you from this position, and I'm going to do it up on my hands. As you progress, or if you have a hard time finding the right position for you, then you can go to your forearms. It's going to limit your range of motion, but that's kind of the point, because you're going to want to compensate in the places where you feel the most stress and usually pain and tightness, your neck, your low back, and your shoulders. So the point of this is to work thoracic mobility, specifically thoracic rotation, which most of us have like pitifully bad thoracic rotation. So here I am in that same kind of start position. So you'll see the top of my head, maybe like my forehead, but I'm not cranking on my neck, right? My toes are curled under, and I'm making sure not to sit back in my hips, but keep my my shoulders directly over my hands, and make sure that your low abs are engaged. So then from there, without shifting, I have the foam roller to the outside of my left forearm, PS. So without shifting my weight, I'm gonna bring my right hand completely behind my head. So you see like thumb at the base of the skull. People will try to do this shit, and that's why they'll do this shit. So I want it right there. And it's amazing how difficult it is to get the fucking hand on the back of your head. But thumb at the base of the skull. And then without flaring your ribs, you're gonna just rotate up. So people wanna do something like this. Yeah, I know it's not as satisfying when it's a small movement, but it's much more beneficial to you. So hand behind the back of the head without shifting, rotate up and rotate in. So we're really rotating around this side, right? Rotate up and rotate in. So I usually do that 3 to 5 times. And then after the third one, I usually will come underneath like so. So I will usually try to keep my form pretty tight when I do that one. In other words, not like slump in or anything like that. Dude, what do you want? Go away. She's so obnoxious today. But on my last one, I will just like sink into it because it feels very, very nice. I like the way that it pulls the shoulder blade like away from my spine. So, like I said, that was a real quickie one, but that's one of my favorite movements. Book opener, thread the needle, some shit like that. It feels amazing. And if controlling the movement of your scapula is something that you really struggle with, then I would suggest trying to work on that, because that's probably why you have issues with your shoulder or your elbow or your wrist or your neck or whatever the fuck. Okay, I'm out of here. Do this. Practice it. Let me know if you have questions. It's fucking cold here. Stay warm. I'll see you guys next week.